1. Introduction. My name is Helena. I am 28 years old. I work as a cashier at a small coffee shop. The shop is in a busy part of the city. My days are usually the same. I open the shop early. I clean the counter. Then I make coffee for customers. I like my job because I meet different people every day. One day, a new customer started coming. He came every morning at 8 o'clock sharp. He always ordered the same black coffee. He wore a dark suit and smelled like expensive cologne. His hair was dark and his eyes were kind. I thought he was very handsome. His name was Oliver. He quickly became a regular customer. He would wait in line, and when it was his turn, he would smile at me. The first time he smiled, my heart felt strange. It beat a little faster. His smile was warm and made me feel happy. We started to talk a little more each day. He would ask about my day, and I would ask about his. These small talks became important to me. I looked forward to seeing him every morning. I liked his voice and his laugh. I started to think about Oliver a lot. When I was not at work, I would think about his smile and his eyes. I felt a strong connection to him. It was a new feeling for me. I had never felt this way about a customer before. My feelings for him grew stronger each day. I liked him very much. I wanted to know more about him. I wished our conversations were longer. I did not know much about his life outside the coffee shop. He never spoke about his family or where he lived. I did not ask many personal questions. I just enjoyed our short conversations. I was completely unaware of one very important thing. I did not know that Oliver had a wife. This fact was a secret. I had no idea about it at all. My feelings for him were growing, but I was living in a happy dream. I did not know the truth. 2. A ring on his finger. One day, Oliver came to the coffee shop as usual. He ordered his coffee. As he reached for his cup, I saw something new. There was a ring on his finger. It was a simple gold band. It sat on his left hand. My eyes saw it clearly. It was a wedding ring. My heart felt a sudden pain. It was like something inside me broke a little. All the happy feelings I had for him started to fade. For a moment, I could not speak. My smile almost disappeared, but I quickly put it back. I did not want him to see my surprise or my sadness. I still smiled at him. I gave him his coffee. He did not seem to notice anything different about me. He took his coffee. He started to talk. Our conversations began to grow longer. Every day, he stayed a little more. We talked about small things. We talked about the weather. We talked about the coffee shop. He asked me about my day. I asked him about his work. He was always kind. He always listened. One afternoon, he looked at me closely. He smiled a warm smile. He said, "You have very pretty eyes, Helena." My face felt warm. My heart beat fast again. His words made me happy. They made me forget the ring for a moment, but then I remembered it. The gold band was still there, shining on his finger. He never talked about the ring. He never said he had a wife. He never mentioned a family. He spoke only about his work or simple things. He spoke about his day. He spoke about the coffee. I knew I should ask him. I knew I should say, "Oliver, do you have a wife?" But I did not. I could not say the words. I chose not to ask. I chose to keep the dream alive. It was a dream where Oliver was just Oliver. He was the kind man who came to my coffee shop. He was the man who smiled at me. He was the man who said I had pretty eyes. The truth felt too big. It felt too heavy. I did not want to carry that weight. I wanted to live in the happy world I had made in my mind. In that world, the ring was not important. In that world, he was only mine. I knew this was not right, but I could not stop myself. I wanted the dream more than the truth. So I kept quiet. I kept smiling, and I kept hoping. Every day, my feelings for Oliver grew stronger, even with the ring on his hand. 3. Our secret walks. Oliver began to stay longer at the coffee shop. His visits were not just for coffee anymore. Sometimes he would sit at a table near the window for a long time. He watched me as I worked. He often smiled when our eyes met. His presence made my day brighter. It became a new part of my daily routine. One afternoon, he spoke about his life. He told me it was very hard for him. He looked tired and sad. Then he looked at me with his kind eyes. He said, "You make me happy, Helena. You make my difficult days better." My heart felt a warm joy. His words made me feel very important to him. Soon after, Oliver started to wait for me after work. My shift usually ended in the early evening. I would finish cleaning and lock the door. When I stepped outside, he was always there. He stood patiently near the shop entrance, waiting for me. He always greeted me with a soft, warm smile. This quiet waiting became our daily routine. Then, we began to go for small walks together. We walked along the quiet streets. It was often as the sun was setting. We did not walk far, just for a short time. We talked about many things during these walks. We talked about our day, about simple, everyday things. We never held hands. He never touched my arm or my back. There was no physical touch between us, but the emotional connection between us grew very strong. I felt incredibly close to Oliver, even without touching him. It was a deep feeling, like our hearts were connected. Every word he spoke, every look he gave me, pulled me closer. My feelings for him grew more intense each day. I thought about him all the time. I looked forward to his visits and our secret walks. These walks were our special moments just for us. My friends noticed the change in me. They saw that I was always thinking about Oliver. They knew he wore a wedding ring. They knew he was a married man. They tried to warn me many times. "Helena, you need to be very careful," one friend said seriously. Another friend told me, "You should stay away from him. This situation is not good for you." They wanted to protect me. But I could not listen to their warnings. Their words did not reach me. My mind was full of Oliver. My heart was completely taken by him. I was already too deeply involved. I was falling deeply in love with him. I knew it was a dangerous path. I knew it was wrong to feel this way about a married man, but I could not stop myself. I wanted to be with him. I wanted to hear his voice. I wanted to feel his presence near me. I was trapped in this secret world, and I did not want to leave it. Every walk, every talk pulled me more and more connected to him. I chose to ignore the clear danger. My love for him made me blind to everything else. I see his wife. It happened on a cold Thursday morning. The air was very cold. The wind blew around me. I pulled my coat tighter. I was walking to work just like every other day. My mind was full of Oliver. I often thought about our talks. I thought about his smile. I hoped to see him soon at the coffee shop. I imagined our secret walks later that day. Then I saw them. They were just a few steps away from me. My eyes saw Oliver first. He was laughing lightly. He looked happy. He was holding hands with a woman. She had long, dark hair. She wore a warm, red scarf. She looked happy too. They walked very close together. Their hands were together. Then she moved her head. She kissed his cheek softly. It was a loving kiss. It was a normal kiss between two people who were close. My body stopped moving. My feet felt like heavy stones on the cold ground. I could not take another step forward. A cold feeling went through my entire body. It was not from the wind outside. It was a deep cold from inside me. My heart felt a sharp, sudden pain. It was like a deep cut right in my chest. My chest hurt very badly. I found it hard to breathe easily. My mind tried to understand what I was seeing, but the picture was too clear. It was too much to take in. In that very moment, everything became clear to me. This woman, standing next to Oliver, holding his hand, kissing his cheek, was his wife. The wedding ring I had seen on his finger, the one I had chosen to ignore, was for her. She was not just a friend. She was not a family member. She was his wife. There was no doubt in my mind now. The truth was right in front of my eyes. The happy dream I had been living in broke into many small pieces. All the moments I shared with Oliver, all our deep conversations, all our secret walks, now felt different. They felt wrong. I had ignored the small, shiny ring. I had ignored the warnings from my friends. Now the hard truth was standing right in front of me in the cold morning air. I was not his special person. I was not the one who made him happy in a unique way. I was just a secret. I was the woman he saw when his wife was not around. This reality was very difficult to accept. It was a truth I had tried so hard to avoid. But I saw it with my own eyes. I saw his wife. The world around me felt very quiet. All I could hear was the beating of my own broken heart. 5. A hard question. The next morning, the air in the coffee shop felt different. For me, it was heavy. My heart felt like a stone. I saw Oliver walk in just like he did every single day. He came to the counter. He smiled his usual friendly smile, but I could not smile back. My hands felt cold as I made his usual coffee. He did not seem to notice my quietness, or maybe he chose not to. I placed his cup on the counter. My voice was very low, but it was firm. I looked at him directly. "Who was that woman with you yesterday?" I asked. Oliver's smile slowly left his face. His eyes moved away from mine. He looked towards the street outside. The silence in the small shop felt very long. I waited. My heart beat fast in my chest. Finally, he looked back at me. He took a deep breath. "She is my wife, Helena," he said. My breath caught in my throat. It was the truth I already knew, but hearing it made it real and painful. "But it is complicated," he added quickly. "Our situation is not simple at all. We have many problems for a very long time." I felt a wave of anger inside me. It was a strong, hot feeling. All the smiles, all the talks, all the walks, they were built on a lie. How could he do this? How could he let me feel this way? "I am not your secret," I told him. My voice was a little louder now. I wanted to scream, but I held it in. Oliver reached out a hand, but he did not touch me. He pulled it back. "You are not a secret, Helena," he said softly. "You are special to me, very special. Our life, my life with her, it is not what you think. It has been difficult for a long time. You make me feel alive." He looked sad. He looked tired. He said more words about his hard life, about how I made him feel truly happy. He said I was the only person who understood him. He said I was hope. He said I was not like anyone else he knew. He told me he cared for me deeply, more than just a friend. He looked into my eyes, and his eyes seemed to ask for my understanding. My mind was full of questions. How could he say these things? How could he lie to me for so long? My anger was still there, a fire in my stomach. But a different feeling started to grow too. It was the love I had for him. It was a love that wanted to believe his words. It wanted to believe that I was special, not just a secret. It was a hard question for my heart. Believe the lies or believe the love? I did not know what to do. 6. A phone call. The day after I talked to Oliver was very hard. I went to work, but my mind was not there. I thought about his words. "It's complicated." I thought about his wife. I felt sad and confused. I did not know what to do. That evening I was at home. It was late and quiet. I was sitting on my small sofa trying to read a book. My phone was on the table next to me. Suddenly, it rang. The sound was loud in the quiet room. I looked at the screen. It was a number I did not know. My heart beat a little faster. I felt a strange feeling, a mix of worry and fear. I picked up the phone slowly. I took a deep breath and answered it. "Hello," I said. A woman's voice spoke. It was not a friend. It was not a family member. The voice was calm but strong. Then she said, "I know about you." My blood felt cold. My hand shook a little. The phone felt heavy in my hand. I could not speak. I froze in my seat. I knew who it was immediately. It was Oliver's wife. How did she know? How did she find my number? My mind was racing, full of questions. I was silent. I just listened. She spoke again. Her next words hit me like a cold wave. "You're not the first," she said. My eyes grew wide. Not the first. This was worse than I thought. This meant I was not special. I was just one of many. Oliver had done this before. He had lied to other women just like he lied to me. I felt a deep pain in my chest. I felt dirty. I felt used. All our talks, all his smiles, all the moments we shared, they felt fake now. They felt like a part of a game. I was a secret, but not a new one. I was a repeated secret. The phone fell from my hand and hit the floor. I did not care. My legs felt weak. I slid down the wall next to the sofa. I sat on the cold floor. Tears came fast. I could not stop them. My body shook with sobs. I put my face in my hands and cried loudly. I cried for my broken heart. I cried for my foolish hope. I cried for the lies. I felt so much shame. I felt like a bad person, even though I did not know the truth before. I wanted to hate Oliver. I wanted to scream at him. He had hurt me so much. He had made me feel special, but it was all a lie. He had played with my feelings. But even as I cried, my heart was confused. A part of me still remembered his kind eyes. A part of me still remembered the way he made me feel happy. How could I hate someone I still felt love for? My mind told me to hate him, but my heart was not listening. I lay on the floor, crying, lost in the pain and the confusion. 7, a big choice. Helena decided to meet Oliver. Her heart felt heavy. She knew she had to end their relationship. It was a very hard choice. She walked to the park where they sometimes had their walks. The air was cool. She saw Oliver waiting near a big tree. He looked sad. Helena breathed deeply. "Oliver," she said, her voice quiet, "this must stop. I cannot do this anymore." Oliver looked at her. His eyes were full of pain. He stepped closer. "Helena, please wait," he said. "Listen to me." He took her hand. "I have something important," he began. "I have left my wife." Helena pulled her hand away. She did not believe him. How could she? She shook her head. "No, Oliver," she said. "I heard her. She told me everything. I cannot trust you." Oliver looked down, then up. He reached into his jacket. He pulled out some papers. They were official documents. "These are divorce papers, Helena," he said. "I started the process. It is real. I am truly leaving her. I am free." Helena looked at the papers. She saw names, dates. It seemed true. Her heart felt hope. He put the papers back. He looked directly into her eyes. "Helena, I know I made mistakes," he said. "I hurt you very much. I am so sorry. But I love you. You are the only one I want. I want a new life with you. No more secrets. No more lies, just us. Please believe me. His voice was serious. He sounded honest. Helena's eyes filled with tears. Her mind was a storm. One part remembered the pain, the lies, the wife's call. Another part remembered his kind smiles, their deep talks, the happiness he gave her. She looked at his face. He looked truly sorry. He looked like he meant it. Could she take this chance? Could she trust him? It was a big choice. Her heart beat fast. Tears fell down her face. She thought about a life without him. It felt empty. A life with him, a new life, it felt full of hope. Her love for him was strong. She looked at him through her tears. "Oliver," she whispered. She nodded slowly. It was a choice made with fear and strong hope. She decided to believe him. She decided to try again. 8. A new life. It had been 2 years since Helena and Oliver started their new life together. They lived in a small flat. It was not big, but it felt warm and safe. Helena often looked around the rooms. She saw the simple furniture and the few plants they had bought. She felt a deep sense of peace there. This home was their fresh start. Every morning, Oliver woke up early. He always made coffee for them both. He still smelled good, just like in the coffee shop. But now he was hers. He was a kind partner. He helped Helena with many things. He listened to her stories from work. He made her laugh when she was sad. He often left small notes for her to find. On Sundays, Oliver cooked their meals. He made simple, tasty food. Helena liked to watch him. She felt happy and loved. Their life was quiet and good, filled with small, warm moments. Sometimes old friends or new people asked questions. They would say, "Wasn't Oliver married before?" Helena did not hide the truth. She looked at them calmly. She would say, "Yes, he was." Then she would add, "And I loved him anyway." It was a simple answer. It was the truth for her. She knew how their story began. It was not a common love story. It was not easy. Many people might think it was wrong, but Helena had made her choice. She had chosen to believe Oliver. She had chosen to trust him. She had chosen to love him even with his past. She accepted the journey they had taken. She remembered the hard times, the pain, the tears, the confusion, but those feelings were far away now. They were like old dreams, fading in the bright light of her present. Her life now was real. It was full of simple joys. Oliver was always there for her. He was her steady hand. He was her quiet strength. He showed her love every day. He showed her with small actions and kind words. He showed her with his eyes. Helena knew that love could be found in many ways. Sometimes it came from a difficult path, but it was still love. It was true love for her. She had learned many lessons. She learned about truth and lies. She learned about forgiveness. Most of all, she learned about her own heart and its strength. She had followed her feelings. She had taken a big risk, and it had worked. She looked at Oliver one evening. He was reading a book, relaxed in his chair. A soft lamplight was on his face. He looked peaceful. Helena felt the same peace inside her. This was her happy ending. It was not perfect, because life is never perfect. But it was real and full of happiness. It was her new life. She had found her place. She had found her love. She was Helena, and she was truly happy.